What's up, people? We're making tomato chicken today. Tomato chicken is basically chicken, tomato sauce, tomato paste. So you want one of each, tomato sauce and tomato paste. I have some potatoes I'll add. You can always do rice instead of potatoes, or both if you like. I'll just be adding some big chunks of onion for flavor, some chili peppers for a little bit of spice, and also this is my favorite hot sauce. If you're adding anything to meat or a sauce, I like this hot sauce, but of course you can use whatever you prefer. This has a really good flavor to it, and it's not too hot, depending on how much you add, of course. Just gonna break the seal to that if I can. There we go. So we'll be adding that in later. Just gonna start by washing my hands. Okay. Just gonna cut the chicken open. I did chicken breast. You can do bone chicken, any kind, legs, thighs, whatever you prefer. I've already washed the cutting board, so I'm just gonna cut these into pieces, small. Not small, but I like them a little bit bigger because of course the meat's gonna shrink at the end, so just bigger chunks maybe. I do not rinse the chicken. Chat GPT says for cross-contamination you do not want to rinse, but of course it's all up to you however you do. Hello, welcome in. Making tomato chicken. It's a very simple meal. You can do spice or no spice at all. Since I've already cut this, I'm not rinsing it. I'm just gonna add a little bit of pepper to it. Go ahead and rinse the cutting board. Oh, I have one more piece of chicken I did not see. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this off now. I'll go ahead and rinse these potatoes now. I'm using red potatoes. You can use whichever potatoes you like. What's a... Oh, thank you. So I'm just going to rinse these. Alright, so let's go ahead and just start. I'm just going to do small pieces for the potatoes. Welcome in, everyone. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Les. Fairly new to live, but I'm glad you liked it, and welcome to the channel. I'll be doing smaller pieces because they cook faster. You can do any size potatoes, it just, your meal will take a little longer to cook. But I like doing smaller ones because, first of all, I just don't like big chunks in this particular plate. If it was a soup, I might do bigger pieces depending on what type of soup it is. But for this plate, I'll just do smaller. Thank you, welcome in, and like the live if you haven't already. I appreciate it. Hope you all are having a good Saturday, or whatever day it is, wherever you are. I'm just gonna put these right back in the bowl. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this board off again. I don't think I'll need it again, but rinsing it anyhow. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and wash this and throw this out. Okay, let's start this stove. I'll put these aside. Just gonna go ahead and move you all to the other side where the stove is. Let's go ahead and move this stuff first. Oh, we can cut the onion actually. 1 second. Alright, so I just cut the ends. and right down the middle. And for this dish, I'm just gonna cut in 3s. That's it, and I'll save this for a different time. All right, now that those are cut, we'll move everything. Go ahead and just open these cans since we're gonna add these here shortly. Again, this is tomato sauce. You can get any brand. And this is tomato paste. And we're making tomato chicken. Okay, so these will come over here, and let's move this way. Alright, we're gonna start by turning. Let's go to 5. We'll start at 5. I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil, olive oil. We're gonna wait for this to get hot. Once it gets hot, we'll start adding the chicken and then the potatoes after that. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and maybe turn it up a little bit higher. Once this gets heated up, we're gonna go ahead and add the chicken. So for now, I'm just going to work that pepper into the chicken. And I'm also gonna add a little bit of minced garlic to it. So I just have regular minced garlic. And I will add about this much to the chicken. That's it. And now I'm just working that into the chicken. And we're gonna go ahead and add this to the pan slowly. You can do chicken breast, chicken legs, chicken thigh, however you prefer. With this meal, for the sake of space, I've just chopped them up into big chunks of chicken. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this bowl, clean as you go. Alright, chicken is getting settled in. Let's go ahead and get the spatula. We're just gonna go ahead and let this chicken cook. I appreciate you liking the live and the video. We're making tomato chicken. Thank you, Les. Hello. Hello, hello. welcome in. We're making tomato chicken. It's pretty simple meal to make. You can eat it with rice and or potatoes. I'll just be adding potatoes today. So I'm just having the chicken cook. I do not have a lid for this, so I think I'm just going to let it cook like that for a moment. And then we're going to start adding the sauces. So we'll do the tomato sauce and a little bit of the tomato paste in just a moment. And we'll add our potatoes in at the same time. So far I only have pepper and minced garlic in here. I don't think I'll be adding any salt to this. I've got just the tomato paste, tomato sauce. I'm gonna add a little bit of Louisiana hot sauce. You do not have to add the sauce. And I'll be adding a little bit of red peppers. You don't have to add those last two if you don't want, of course. So we're just gonna let this do its thing. And then we're gonna slowly add the potatoes in the sauce. Thank you for liking the stream. And I will be having this up posted in the live section of my videos. You can click the icon to my page, go to the lives, and then I'll also be posting a short for the finished product. Alright, so we're going to continue to let this cook a little bit longer. And we'll actually go a little bit higher on the stove. So now I'm changing the dial to 8. Go ahead and put this back on. Alright, we can start adding some tomato sauce. Tomato paste is pretty thick, but you want to work that in with the sauce. It's going to thicken up your sauce a little bit. While that cooks down just a little bit, I'm going to start adding in the hot sauce. And now you want to do a light stir to it, just to make sure you're coating all of your meat. We'll continue to add a little bit more pepper as we go. But now that we've got most of the meat coated, I'm going to put the lid right back on to allow that to cook a little longer. And I'm going to turn this up high. Putting the lid back on to allow it to cook. Give it a couple minutes, and then we're going to add the potatoes in just one moment, along with the rest of the sauce. So that is what it's looking like now. Let that cook for maybe just 1 minute. So I'm checking the timer. I'm going to let it go for 1 more minute, and then we'll start adding potatoes, which I have here. So what I'll do is I'll just add a little bit of pepper to these now. Just a little bit, not overdoing it with the pepper. And I can also add some of the red pepper flakes. But I'll be adding some of this to the sauce also. We're not quite at 1 minute yet to allow that to cook, so I'm going to let that. Alright, we're almost to 1 minute, so I'll take this off. Go ahead and add the potatoes now. And we're going to turn this down. Turned it down back to 5. And you'll be adding a little bit of water so the potatoes can steam. Alright, so let's go ahead and mix these in here. Okay, now that we've got everything pretty much coated, let's go ahead and add a little bit more of the sauce on top, along with some more tomato paste. And then continue to add a little bit more hot sauce. Adding a little bit more red pepper flakes. Basically working in the tomato paste along with the sauce. And we're going to add just a little bit more water so we can get these potatoes steamed up. And I'm just going to use the same can for that. That's just a little bit more. Now I'm gonna put a lid on it and let this cook. In just a moment, I'll be adding just a small section of these onions for flavor. And I think we can add them now because, again, it's just for flavor. So if you like to add onions, I mean, obviously you don't have to. You can do onion powder if you'd like, but I just put them on top to kind of let the natural juices flow. So we're on medium. We're going to do a low and slow cook on this. I'm going to go to 4. Just want to make sure that you always are coating your meat because you don't want it to turn out dry. So it's okay to stir occasionally to just make sure everything is soaked in with the sauce. And depending on how spicy you like it, I'm gonna continue to add more hot sauce. So I'll do that now. Alright, so we're gonna let this cook. Okay, everyone, thank you for liking the live. I'm gonna let this continue to cook probably for another 30 minutes or so. As the potatoes are going to steam, I'm just gonna allow it to cook with the lid on. And I will be posting a short for the finished plate. Thank you all for your time. Enjoy your Saturday, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.